Well, if you pay attention in bass fishing, the news of the week is the MLF's roster that's come out. Notably, there looks to be about 5 anglers that have left, bringing a grand total of 7 from the original field that have left the organization to pursue other things. Most notably, Jason Christie, Gerald Swindle, Brandon Polinick, and then you got Greg Hackney and a couple others that are going to Bass. And then one of the big names, Michael Iaconelli, who in a Bass Fan article stated that he was given a date and he couldn't give him a firm yes or no. So he decided to decline and say no, but he also didn't say that he wouldn't fish under a legend exemption for bass or compete in the Bass Opens. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a lot on his plate, but it's pretty notable that he didn't give a firm commitment that he'd fish that organization, even though he's part owner, and he doesn't really understand yet. He said he had to get lawyers involved to see how that works out. But as an organization as a whole, it seems like MLF, while I respect what they're doing, it seems like they kind of it's like a bad divorce case. I feel like they're the mother going after bass, and like every little thing they try to undercut them. If you look at the Classic this year, a lot of their anglers, or you would think all of their anglers, have obligations there typically at the one of the largest expos in the industry, but yet they schedule a tournament on top of that. I know that one of the anglers they are picking up is John Cox, and he is going to forego his practice, last I heard, so that he could attend the Classic to fish it because he qualified for it, and then go to the BPT and fish that event. But a lot of these other anglers, they're going to have to make a hard decision whether they practice and go to the expo or just, forego the whole thing, all these sponsor obligations. And it's like you can't go spend the holidays with Daddy this year, so you're going to come over here. Not to mention, let's go on a side rant. My other qualms with this organization is they took away the FLW or the Forest Wood Cup, which they could have done something with that. They didn't have to take that away. They could have transformed. Now you got a Red Crest, and a lot of it's so complicated. I don't even know what's going on, so I don't even really pay attention. I'll watch some highlights, whatever. But I'm more into the Elite Series myself personally. It's easier to track, and the Open's easier to track and see where people are. The qualification scheme, maneuver there. I mean, you can tell how the qualifier and what the point structure is. So this guy fished this day, this guy doesn't fish that day, he gets this many points. Oh, you qualify for the heavy hitters. No, everybody's going to fish the heavy hitters. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand it, but that's regardless. Anyway, they're losing their rosters out, so people are talking about that, and they're losing a few big names there, and they're going to gain John Cox, and we'll see who else they gain to fill the field. Now, the other thing is Bass is signed on with Fox Sports, which is a big deal because they did really well on ESPN2 during this COVID thing, and now they're going to be on Fox Sports. I don't know what the contract details are, but that's a big deal. It's a move in the right direction for the industry, and I think that Bass puts on one heck of a production, and we'll see how the rest of this the industry does this next year. You got the TMPFL, the league, who's going to have hopefully a revolutionary media platform for streaming, and then we'll see what BPT does. But competition's getting a little stiffer, and we're starting to see, certain organizations, the cream is rising to the top, and I hope MFL or MLF, MFL, the BPT and MLF does something. I mean, they changed the Toyota series to the Big Five, which I didn't understand that from a marketing perspective because it's just not that catchy. And there's not that much recognition. It's like they're transforming everything. You have a history of some of these trails and some of these events, and I feel like they're changing some of this where they could just parlay it and kind of build upon that and keep a lot of their base and then grow also the sport. But I don't know. But it's evolving mess over there, and for me, I kind of now leaning more towards bass and whatnot. But it's interesting. I feel like this is like the grown man soap opera, and anyway, I just want to fish, and hopefully we can all get back to fishing, get some tournaments and people chasing dreams or whatnot. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace.